All right, y'all, they did it. They did it. Akai finally came through and released the standalone version of the MPC Stems. Yes, you can now use it on your MPC devices, and we're going to go ahead and check that out today. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Bolo!
All right, before we get started, if you already have MPC Stems, you're good. This is a free update. All you have to do is go into your unit, update it, go to the preferences, and then download it just like how you would download any other plugins to your standalone unit. All right, one thing before we get started, Akai recommends that we have at least 200 megabytes of RAM available to use the MPC standalone feature. Now, most of the MPC units come with 2 gigabytes of RAM. So if you're just using like audio samples and stuff like that, you should be good. But if you're using a ton of plugins and stuff like that, along with the MPC Stems feature, you might want to go ahead and get you one of those units that have at least 4 gigs of RAM available in it. But, you know, if you're just using like, just regular samples and just chopping up maybe a sample or something like that and using the feature like that, you should be good. But if you're adding a lot of plugins and a lot of effects to it, then you might have a little issue. So, it might be best to go ahead and, get a unit with more RAM. But if you're just chopping up the samples and stuff, you should be good. Now, if you guys are looking to upgrade your unit to a newer MPC unit, or if you guys do not own a MPC standalone unit, you guys might want to go ahead and click my link in the description and head over to zounds.com. They have all the MPC units on there, and they have some of the units, not all of them, but they have some of the units to where you guys can get it with no credit or background check, meaning you can order it, they will ship it to you, and then you can just pay it off with monthly installments. All you just need is a credit or debit card hooked to the account. So if you guys need to upgrade, or if you guys want to go ahead and get you a newer unit, if you don't have one yet, go ahead and click that link in the description and head over to zounds.com and get you a new standalone unit today, right now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a sample from splice.com because the MPC units and Splice, they integrate, so you can go ahead and just pick the sample from the unit in standalone. And we're gonna go ahead and separate this thing in standalone. So let's go ahead and get to it right now. All right, so as you guys can see, I have the MPC key 37 right here, and we're in standalone mode. And just to prove that, I'm gonna press menu, and if you go right here and you look at this little MPC little symbol right here, that'll let you know it's in standalone mode. So it's no BS over here, okay? So let's go to main, and here's the sample that I got from Splice, okay? All right, this is gonna be a hard one, okay? Because even if I did this in the desktop version, like on the computer, this would be hard to pull these stems out of because of all the elements and how they're kind of buried into each other. So I really want to put this to the test. And if this thing can pull out the stems from here, then if you put in some other stems with some more prominent drums in there and some of the instrumentation is more kind of separated, you won't have any problems, because I'm not expecting this to work like how it would work on the computer. I'm just expecting this to be very decent at the most because of what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with computer hardware inside of this unit. We do have computer hardware in here, but it's not like a lot of these newer laptops and stuff like that too. So if this thing can pull out the stems out of here decently, then this will be something definitely worth getting if you already don't have it. But if you do have it, you can use it for free anyway. So, and I'm 100% sure that at some point they're going to be doing more updates to this and get the algorithm and stuff like that really good. So, this is just the first version of it. So if this thing does good now, just imagine how it's going to be in later versions. So let's go ahead and go to edit samples right here. So we have it right here. We know what the sample is. Let's go ahead and press process. And then all we have to do is when we press process, just scroll all the way over, and then we can go to create stems. So we got that, and we're just going to press do it. All right. And we're going to do this in real time and see how this thing is going to work. So let's just see. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay, good. It's processing some of this stuff. All right, it's moving. Moving a little bit more. Okay. All right. it's doing its thing. All right, there it is. It got it. So this is how I like to do it. I know some people like to go into program mode and do it that way to where they can control it using the Q links right here. What I'm going to do is just do it, you know, a real easy way so you guys can see it. And I'm just going to take each individual part. Wait, that's the first part right there. We need to take this one. That's the bass. That, and that. All right, so let's see what we got going on here, okay? So this is the bass. Okay. It's got that in there. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, it's got some of the drum elements in there, but it's, you know, those drum elements were really buried in there. All right, let's see this next one. Okay. Okay, it's got that. It's got some of the melody parts in there. Let's see this last one. Okay. Okay, well, it's got some of the vocal parts in there. So it actually, to be honest with you guys, it actually did better than what I thought, because with what we're working with inside of here versus what we're working with, like the computer and the different algorithms and stuff, it actually pulled the parts out. And this is actually a very hard sample to pull stems from. So it actually did it. So here are all the parts together. Okay, cool. So let's just play these three right here. All right. Let's do it with the bass and without the vocal. All right, and let's just do these two parts right here. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad because I'm not expecting this to work like it's in the computer as of now. But it actually went into a very hard sample and pulled out these pieces, and we was able to stem it out. Now we can go and cut it up, chop it up, make a beat behind it, and do all of that good stuff. And we can do this in standalone. I'm not mad at it. I'm just waiting for the next update. And I'm pretty sure with the next coming updates, this thing is even going to be better. All right, there it is, the MPC standalone version. Yes, it works, and it works in standalone. So if you guys want to get it, I do have a link in the description that will take you to the Akai site, so you go ahead and get the standalone version. And if you guys want to get you a newer unit, or if you guys want to finally get you a standalone version of the MPCs, go ahead and click my link in the description, the sounds, and go ahead and pick one up today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.